Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rajesh Nair. First of all, apologies to the guys who have to go through this once again. This is the second time I'm doing it. So the next 10 minutes, I would be taking you through the security aspects of connected cars. Before that, I would like to take you through an incident which happened in 2015. So two hackers called Chris and Harry, they were able to secure access to a Jeep Cherokee sitting in their living room through mobile communication. So how did they do that? They could access the chip in the infotainment system, like tamper the firmware in that, and then access the hardwares like your AC blowers and brakes and stuff like that through a CAN communication. And this raised serious concerns in the automotive industry, and people started thinking about the need for enhanced security in the system. So that's all what I'm about to speak through in the next 10 minutes. So before we dip into the topic, I would like to take you through the Infineon at a glance. So Infineon is a major semiconductor solution supplier having sales of almost 7.6 billion euro, working in segments like automotive, industrial and power control, digital security solutions, and power and multi-market. In the last year's survey, we were adjourned as number 2 in automotive segment, number 1 in power as well as in digital security ICs. Our devices are widely used in the PC manufacturers like Lenovo and HP, and we were adjourned the number 1 supplier for eSIM by Daimler Corporation. We have close to 40,000 employees worldwide, out of which 35,000 people are situated in Asia Pacific and Europe. Our vision, we are the link between the digital world and the real world, and our mission, we make life easier, safe and greener. And our values, we commit, partner, innovate and perform. Now coming back to the security aspect, so in a modern connected car, it has to interface with a lot of external interfaces like your cloud network or maybe your customized devices, or maybe the onboard diagnosis features or V2X and a lot of this stuff. So as the connections increase, there is an enhanced threat, enhanced risk of threat on these connections. And it is imperative that we have security for our systems like connected cars or homes or systems like Industry 4.0. And the sad thing is that many of the manufacturers currently, they don't have a know-how how to tackle this security aspect in the industry. So let's have a look at the trends in the industry, which drives these needs. So electromobility, automated driving, and connectivity. These are the 3 mega trends, which drives the automotive industries dependent upon the security and safety. So as we have more applications in these segments, it is very, very important that we develop a very firm and secure environment around this. So we can say without any doubt that automotive cybersecurity is going to be the prerequisite for the future of electromobility in the industry. Let's have a look at the space, the industry space for this domain. So the automotive security consists of 3 or 4 layers. One is a hardware security, second is software, then we have cloud and networking. Even if the hardware security forms a smaller portion in terms of the content, it forms a very secure base for handling keys and enabling secure communication in real time. And this is very important. And that's a space where Infineon plays in. By around 2017, this industry was estimated to be around 60 million US dollar. And as we come across new applications of V2X and infotainment and advanced connectivity, this is estimated to grow up to around 1.4 billion in 2027. So it's a huge growth in the industry space. So how do we define security? It's an act of getting in front of a possible attacker before they come to us. And this race never ends. As we get better, the hackers also keep getting better. So what are the security concerns we have for a connected vehicle? So we have issues like the fake devices, and then we have guys hearing our conversation. Let's say we speak to somebody else and these guys come in and hear our conversation, which we call it as eavesdropping. And then we have manipulation of data. So we send a packet of data A to somebody, and somebody hacks it and modifies it and sends it as a B. So this is also very critical. And the last one, as I mentioned, update of firmware, which we don't want, which somebody does for their purpose. So as the applications become more and more complex, the need for hardware-based security is becoming more and more important. So that's a space where Infineon plays in. So let's have a look at what all offerings we have in this space. So this is a standard architecture for a connected car. So we have different ECUs in the vehicle. Let's say most of us have heard of powertrain or safety ADAS or body chassis and infotainment ECUs. So all these guys communicate to a central system called a central gateway, who stores this information and passes on this information to the next layer called the telematics unit, and which in turn communicates to the external world. It could be an update server or a cloud-based system, and they communicate through 3G or 4G or LTE, whatever are the communication channels we have in there. So in this space, we have three layers of offerings. One is our integrated security system, which is a part of our larger automotive offering like a microcontroller. So we call it as the HSM, the hardware security module. So if you see the chip, it sits on the corner of a chip, but it takes care of all the security requirements of the larger chip. So you have encryption, decryption algorithms running in, you have like handshakes, we have random number generation stuff generated out of this. So this forms a very important aspect of the current industry, because a lot of applications run on these automotive controllers. So let's say we have ADAS, we have connectivity, we have multiple other applications. And then the next level of offering we have is the discrete hardware solution, which we call it as the TPM, or the trusted platform module. So these are standalone devices, these small tiny devices which customer uses in their system for incorporating much better safety aspect. So each of our PC, our PC has one of this chip which basically uses for the encryption decryption application. And there are systems in place which are used by people like Bosch, who incorporate systems like ours. And third is a software-based security, which we call it as SHE, a security hardware extension, which forms a part of a larger system offering from our side. I also would like to touch base on one of the other buzzword in the industry is called a SOTA and FOTA. Like SOTA is nothing but software of the air, and FOTA is nothing but firmware of the air. So as we go ahead much more in this architecture, like there is going to be updated need in the industry to update your software. Let's say your vehicle keeps running in the road, and and there is this update in the software in the server, and the vehicle will automatically connect with this update server, and it will verify whether the information is genuine, and it will update its operating system. And we never know. We don't need to even go to the garage for that. So those kind of systems are already running in Europe and other market, and it's not so far that we have the same system in India as well. So we have solutions which can take care of all the layers, 3 layers of this like architecture. So the first one being the telemetry unit, the second one being the central gateway, and the third is the actual ECU where the updates really happen. So our devices take care of all these 3 layers of security. So why is Infineon considered as a pioneer in this industry? So we were the first semiconductor supplier engaged with this consortium called Auto ISAC, which is basically a body which defines standards for information exchange within automotive domain. And we are also working on ISO 21434, which is basically aimed at standardization of activities in the cybersecurity field. We conducted an automotive cybersecurity forum in 2018 in Munich, and that really strengthened our role as a key supplier and a key advisor in this industry. So we come to the last point. So we have experience of almost 40 years in the industry. We have been in the automotive industry for almost 40 years, and we hold a number 2 position. And combine this with our almost 30 years of experience in the digital security solution. So both of this put together, we can undoubtedly say Infineon can become your trusted partner for automotive security systems. So thank you for your kind attention. Over to you for questions.
Rajesh, thank you for that, and we're so glad that the entire audience could hear from you. And we'd like to now open it up for question and answer. So if there are any questions from this audience, please wait for a mic to get to you. Please introduce yourself briefly and present your question to Sir. Sir, if I could please have you grab a handheld mic. Yes, we have a question right here. The gentleman on the second table, please.
Just wanted to know how the head-up display acts as a medium of cybersecurity from an infotainment perspective.
Yeah. So what we do is we have these discrete devices like the TPM devices, which form a part of the communication module. So this guy is the guy who's in control of deciding what to communicate with the external world and not. So whenever information comes in, there is an encryption decryption algorithm which happens, and only if it is in accordance with the key, it lets information go out and go in. So any strange information, any stray information which is not authenticated by the system doesn't come in or come out. So that's the basic crux of it. If you want to really go into the technical details, we can take it offline.
Why specifically the head-up display only? Can it also work on any other display?
Yeah, that is only one side. It already happens in the engine control unit also, the heart of the engine. It also happens in other divisions, like other places of connectivity. So heads up is one place, but there are more important systems like your engine control unit itself. So it's all controlled by the systems like HSM or cluster platform modules, or even sometimes software by security.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.